All right, now here's something that is just rookie mistake here. I haven't saved this file yet. I mean, can you imagine if I crashed right now? I'd be so mad because I would have lost, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes of work. I'm going to hit save. Save this to my projects. This is going to be our Hicks HQ. I always name my projects BD underscore, it's Brightman Designs. And I'm going to call this Hicks HQ. And then space dash space existing conditions, like that. This is the way that I name all of my files. Every project that we work on here at Brightman Designs, we name them like this. It's file management. It's all in, I think it's chapter 4 of my book. And I gotta tell you, if you're not on a system, if you got your own system, then hats off to you, stick with it. But like if you don't have a system, you just have to be disciplined and name your files in a logical way, save them in folders, and if you need a kickoff point for that, I can tell you that my book is a great resource for file and folder management. So Brightman Designs, Hicks HQ, existing conditions, and save it. All right, sweet. So save that. And we're in good shape. Okay, so now, the floor on this guy is really no big deal. I'm probably just going to draw like one big rectangle, and then, I didn't quite get my rectangle there. One big rectangle. Let me unhide everything here. I think I've got something already in place. Which layer? Let's see, we're not getting our rectangle like that. Okay, oh, that's because, yeah, this is all still just rough geometry. So at this point, I would consider just making this a group, and then I'm going to draw in my floor like that. My floor is going to come down by, I'll just call it like 6 inches, and then make that into one big group. All right, so we got our floor. And so you can also layer as you go. And, of course, for model organization, our model organization guides, I think that you'll just find us if you just type in model organization guides. I mean, these are super handy for like Condo Architect model organization guide. What this is like, it's all grouped, it's all layered. So like if I'm working on like interior new floors, like everything's already layered, and I can just put my floors here, and now they're layered and grouped. But I can tell you that the way that I work, I'm okay with doing some of my grouping and layering myself. And also on this specific project, I'm not going to use levels, and I'm not going to use interior and exterior. I will use new and existing and demolish and all that, but it's a pretty straightforward project, and I think I just don't need those model organization guides. But if grouping and layering is hanging you up, definitely take a look at those model organization guides. It gives you a system. Just do it this exact same way every single time, and it will work. And once you wrap your head around it, then you can easily just get off on your own track and start bending and breaking the rules. So, all right. So we got our walls. Let's see. All right. So the point there was that I have my floors, and then I'm going to assign the layer floors. All right. So now my floors are set up. I've got my background drawing is set up. And the truth is that my background is really starting to become irrelevant. I do need to fix some of my ceilings, but there's going to be a point here real soon where I just simply don't need this anymore. And so I'll leave it in there because it gets turned off automatically. But yeah, we're getting close. Okay, so let's see. We'll just go in here and let's just draw a line for our door here. Oh, I gotta get this kind of pulled back the way it should be, like that. And then we're going to break this up. I'll use my line tool, draw a line, and then like this, make a copy of that straight up on the blue by, what do we say, 80 inches is our go-to. Now that's getting up above the ceiling height that I have. So I think what I want to do now is double check my ceiling height. So let's do that. All right. So back out of here and let's turn off our floors. We don't need our floors on right now. So let's turn off my floors, double click into my field notes, and what are the ceilings all about? So this ceiling's at 124, and these are the two soffits. So soffit here, soffit here. This ceiling is at 105.5. All right, now that's even more concerning because I went up pretty far. I drew 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we counted those in the photograph. All right, so this one, here's my soffit measurement. Yeah, we're gonna have to double check our height of those stairs. So to resolve this ceiling is at 105.5. All right, so I'm getting that right here, and then it is 73.5 inches off this back wall is our soffit. So let's consider drawing that 73.5 off that back wall. All right, so 73.5. All right, like that. And let's kind of scoot our field notes again. So there's our back wall, kind of like that. So 73.5. And this is where the soffit jumps up. All right, so right now all of these walls are at 124. And this is where I suppose what I would do is just draw like just a mass, just a block, and just kind of start pushing and pulling it around and get it in place. And then I can start figuring things out. Did I draw that right? So 73.5. And then this guy is at 17.25 off of here. All right, so 17.25 like that. So I guess between those two soffits is only like 6.5 feet. And let me just kind of look at that. So here's one soffit, and let's see, is there a view where almost had it there, almost. I guess I'm looking at like this distance from like here to here. Feels like a little bit more than 6.5 feet, but that was kind of not a great photograph. So I'm just kind of searching for another photo that's going to show me that those two soffits. It's again not a great angle. There's the angle. All right. So basically from here to here, 6.5 feet. Yeah, that looks about right. That's fine. Okay. I thought it was more, but yeah, that's way down in there, you could, yeah, that makes sense. 6.5 feet. All right. Cool. Okay, so it's good to just do some reality checks along the way, and then we're going to get back to our staircase in just a moment. But this ceiling, all right, so this ceiling here is at 105.5. All right, so I'm just going to kind of drop a big block at 105.5, and I'll just kind of draw it all the way back like that, and then use my push-pull tool and just pull it all the way over here like that. All right, so that's where that soffit drops in this space. All right, so now we've got that at our perfect 105.5, 96, 105.5. Yep, we're good. Okay, and then this guy over here is at 94 inches. So then I guess I would just do another guideline at 94 inches. Maybe just use my rectangle tool again like that and just pull this one across. And so, it's okay just to kind of get it masked out for the time being. And then this ceiling in the middle is at 124, which is where we've got these guys. So I guess that's where, you you could, yeah, I mean, for, you know, honestly, for this project, like, it probably makes sense just to call this our ceiling, you know? Like, we don't really need to get too far into, like, is this a wall or a ceiling? I mean, I'm good with just calling it a ceiling or a soffit. Yeah. So, and actually that's a good debate right there. Like, when does a soffit become a wall? You know, if it's taller than a couple feet, maybe it becomes a wall. I don't know. But in this particular case, it definitely makes a lot of sense just leaving it really simple as one big ceiling mass. All right, I'm going to hide the rest of the model. And me personally, I like to clean these guys up. I don't need these. I don't need these. I want like nice, clean line work, because when I cut a section through this thing, it's going to be a nice, clean line for my for the ceiling plane. And I'm going to Control R is my reverse faces shortcut, like that. All right, looking good. Okay, so save this, and let's see, where do we go from here? We are gonna, oh shoot, you know what? We are actually gonna need to put those windows in. See, there are these like windows that run up here. So yeah, I think we are gonna get into that like debate of what is a wall and what is a ceiling, but it's not gonna be a big deal on this project because it's pretty straightforward anyway. All right, so let's just keep jamming here. All right, so I think I did take a measurement of this ledge. Yeah, here you go. So our ledge is like 13, and this is like 17.5 for the windows. So let's see how we ended up. So 13 for the ledge, and then 17.5. So if I just go up 13 for the ledge, does that leave me 17.5? I'm within half an inch. I'm psyched. All right, so let's do this. This is going to be one of our ceilings right here, like that. And this, I'm just going to group it and delete it. And I think I'll just pull this ceiling across all the way. Like that is probably fine. And then, or no, that's, yeah, because this is like there's like a floor here, you know, or if there's a window, there's some way to look out. So I don't think that this actually extends over it. So I don't know, you know, this is going to evolve as we go, but it is going to need to stretch out this way by, say, I guess I'll just do 4.5 inches, leave it alone like that. And then I'll pull this up by like 12 inches. We're going to call it like that's probably, you know, there's probably another finished floor on there. Whereas these are probably just like drop ceilings. Can't say that for sure, but that would be logical. All right. Okay, so we've got our ceilings sorted out. That's looking good. Control E is my delete guides. And then let's take a look at this. If I hide the rest of the model, do we need any of these lines? You know, is there anything that we like did not pull through and model just yet? Let me get rid of my ceiling just for the time being. All right, so this is not quite correct. I'm gonna scoot this over here because this wall is a full-size wall like that and like that. All right, and looking good. So that's the way it goes there. Okay, hide the rest of the model, and okay, let's just keep patching this up. This is what I do. Erase that, erase that. And we got to come back and double check our staircase. So, I mean, honestly, we could probably do that right now. It's no better time than now, right? Okay, so let's back out of here. And if we're going up, Let me zoom in just a little further. Okay, I'm gonna widen my field of view. Let's make that like 90, just because we're working in a pretty small space here. And the staircase, it goes up, like, what am I missing here? Let's find our staircase again. It's over here. This would be good. Does a ceiling like bump up over the staircase? I don't think it does. When did I look back? Not these. Yeah, it looks like, I mean, that staircase, I think that it actually pops up back there again, right? Let's get a good photo of it, though. Where is that happening? I guess I got to start at the beginning. See, this is always the case. You know, you need this one shot. Just this one shot, this one area. Yep, okay. Yeah, there it is. So, yeah, this pops up. So we're all good. I'm going to leave it alone. I'm just going to pop the ceiling up to the highest level. I think that's probably what happens. So in this zone right here, I need to pop the ceiling up to our I think it's 124, like that. Hide the rest of the model, clear this stuff out. So there's your new ceiling. Like this, like that. All right, and then I'm gonna check where is it in relation to this wall. And so it's pretty much the staircase. So I'm just gonna run with that. All right, so we're just gonna orbit ourselves back up in here, and then I'm gonna push this straight out this way, and I'm gonna snap it to that stair, like that. Let's go look at it again. All right, like that. So you can see we have this little wall kind of popping out, and then this guy turns back in, and then it goes over to here, and the soffit stops short of this wall. I think we're in good shape. Everything's lining up the way we want it to. Yeah, and then the height of this door, I think we were calling these 80-inch doors. Let me just make a copy of this up by, say, 80. And see, that's still not quite right. I think that these stairs are maybe, these look like shallow stairs. So I think I got them, I'm going to call them 6-inch stairs. Because right now I did 7. So I'm going to push this down by 1. And then this one down by 2. This one down by 3. And by 4. Oh, no, I goofed it up. All right, so this is at 6. And is there a more clever way to do this? I don't know. There probably is. But this way, pull this down, snap to that line, and make one more guideline at 6. Pull this down. And I think that's going to get us close to where we should be, like that. Oh, and look at that. Beware. All right, so if you want to get around that, you can always just like, you can just take this whole thing and group it, and then when it's grouped, you can move it, and it's going to leave behind a little bit of funkiness, but I can just explode it again, and then just draw some lines in, kind of reheal that geometry, like that. That is working out the way I want it to be. All right, so then let me just double check our distance here. From here to here is at 6'8". I'm gonna push it back through. We're in good shape. If you like this video, click the BD button in the top left to subscribe to our channel. Click the video in the top right to see the next tutorial in this playlist. Click the video in the bottom right to go back to the first tutorial in this playlist and see it from the beginning. Click the link in the middle to learn more. I'll see you in the next tutorial.